One, one more time. It's even a better evening when you say it twice. Good evening. This is Tolene Dickerson. I'm the chair for the Public Health and Education Committee, Community Board 12 in the Bronx. We are beginning our meeting right now. We're already started our recording. Welcome. I hope everybody is blessed and safe. We can start our meeting with, I sent out an email to everyone because we're working on our mission statement so that we can combine all of the committees involved in this one particular committee. So I'm waiting to get the brand new mission statement that will be on our website. Okay, so we're going to go right ahead to okay, so we'll start first with our community health focus
Okay.
with Ms. Karen Skinner Parks.
Hi, how are you doing, everybody? There's many awarenesses, as you know, of this month. And being the nurse of the committee, you know, we try to focus more on the physical aspect of our committee, along with, you know, our committee chair, Dr. Sherry. So what we're going to talk about this month is World Hypertension Day, which is basically was May 17th. And because of the fact that hypertension, you know, is one of our chronic issues in the Black community, in our community, and amongst the world. So it's also called the silent killer because a lot of people don't even know they have hypertension because they're not taking their blood pressure. People are not following up with their medical doctors to know that they even have hypertension. So the first thing I want to say is for everybody to make sure that they take their blood pressure to prevent and control it. Early detection saves lives. Treatment does work. I always, you know, one of my things is that you can drink your garlic, take your pills, drink whatever tea you want to take. You know, if that works for you, that's great. But also, if you're following your private MD, you need to take the medication. And you need to take the medication not only when you feel bad, but you also need to take it when your blood pressure is good, because the reason why you're taking the medication is to control your blood pressure. And you just don't take it and say, oh, I feel good today, so I won't take the medication. The medication is the thing that's controlling your blood pressure. And control is long-term care. And you need to make sure that your doctor is following up with you, because if you're on medications, you need to be following up with your doctor every 3 months. And why we need to all continue to do this, because as usual, Black people are the ones that suffer the most. And not just us, the Asian population, the African community, all of us suffer from this disease or condition, chronic condition. And it's starting at a younger age. So you have teenagers now walking around with blood pressures 150 over 90, 140 over 90, 160 over 90. And the mean blood pressure that everybody should be having right now, adult, senior, or otherwise, is 120 over 80 and below. They used to have it 130 over 90, but that is considered hypertensive also. And the thing why you have to control your blood pressure is because blood pressure leads to stroke. They lead to stroke. They lead to a lot of debilitating other conditions. You can end up losing your vision. You can end up having paralysis. You know, it can start when you have pregnancy and you end up with preeclampsia, in which a lot of children, and when your placenta is being developed, and there's a protein in your placenta that's interfering with the growth of the baby. It can also interfere with the mother's health and the baby's health, and we've had a lot of deaths because of preeclampsia in pregnancy. But I also want to discuss some of the new symptoms of stroke. So some of the things that we usually talk about fast, and fast was one of the things where when you recognize symptoms of a stroke with a person is that you used to look at their face and see if there was droopiness. You would tell them to smile. You have them lift up their arms, both arms. And if the arms would droop one way or the other, you know, that was also a sign. If they also had their speech, you couldn't recognize what the person was talking about, and all of a sudden the speech was being, you know, not its normal talk. It was like a lot of gibberish a lot of times going on. But when you have these symptoms, but there's two more symptoms now that just started through research right now, is balance. So you just think about it. You have blood pressure issues, you're bleeding in the brain, you're going to lose your balance. And also what happens is that people have strokes in the eyes. And so you can also have a sudden loss of vision for no reason whatsoever. So now the new acronym is now BFAST, which is B for balance, E for eyes, S for face, A for arms, S for speech, and timing, T for time. Timing is everything. It's not, I don't feel good and I'm going to call a cab and let me go to urgent care. It's not, let's call your mama. Don't call me, the nurse. Don't call anybody else you know. You call 911 and you get to the hospital as quickly as possible, because you have 3 hours for very important urgent medication and testing to be done for you in order to save your life. So these are the things that are important. And I hope I gave you enough information, because we have a lot of people, and you're hearing it, not somebody that's 70 years old, 80 years old. I'm talking about people in their 40s and their 50s and 30s having strokes in our community, and that is unacceptable, a health deterrent in our community. We need to take action and change your lifestyle, get more exercise, take that salt shaker off your table, pay attention to what you're putting in your mouth. These are chronic conditions that are happening with us, and I hope that everybody will take action and spread the word. Thank you for your time. That's your health talk for the, what's our community name again? For the health focus and awareness part of our committee. Thank you.
Thank you again, Ms. Karen. So we're gonna go into lupus awareness. We're gonna have Ms. Elise now talk about it, educate the community about lupus. I know it's a great topic. So here you go. I'm gonna take just a second.
Good evening. You guys hear me? Okay. Good evening, Elise here, and welcome. May is Lupus Awareness Month, among other awarenesses going on throughout the country that's impacted and affected each and every one of us. What I want to talk about is, what is lupus, right? Someone who's impacted with SLE lupus, systemic erythematosus lupus, that attacks my organs. I want to inform you, what is lupus? Lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease that can damage any part of the body, skin, joints, and or organs inside the body. Chronic means the signs and symptoms tend to last longer than 6 weeks and often many years. In the lupus community, we say the big 6. And that means normally it takes 6 years to verify the symptoms, and you go through several false positive, false negative testings to diagnose that it becomes systemic lupus. In lupus, something goes wrong with your immune system. which is a part of the body that fights off viruses, bacteria, and germs, and foreign invaders like the flu. Lupus also feels like it's a flu. It feels like it's fibromyalgia. It feels like it's an undetected disease that we cannot figure out what this thing is. It's a foreign invader. Normally, our immune system produces proteins called antibodies that protect the body from these invaders. Autoimmune means your immune system cannot tell the difference between these foreign invaders and your body's healthy tissues. Auto means self, and which creates auto antibodies that attack and destroy healthy issues. These auto antibodies cause inflammation, pain, and damage in various parts of the body. Lupus is also a disease of flares. The symptoms worsen and you feel ill, and you go through remission, and then you come out of remission, and then you feel ill. The symptoms improve as time goes by, and then oftentimes it goes back left. I'm going to give you some additional facts about lupus that you should know, and things that you should look out for, and things that you should know. Lupus is not contagious. It's not even, you can't get it through sexual contact. You cannot catch lupus from someone or give lupus to someone. Lupus is not like it's related to cancer, meaning it's not in the cancer family, but it is an autoimmune disease. Cancer is a condition of malignant, abnormal tissues that grow rapidly and spread into surrounding tissues. Lupus is an autoimmune disease as described above. However, some treatments for lupus may include immunosuppressant drugs that are also used in chemotherapy. So therefore, often people might feel as if it's close to the cancer family. In lupus, the immune system is overactive. The white blood cells doesn't recognize to fight a cold. It goes round for round, pound for pound, as if you're in a boxing ring and you gotta go through round 1 and round 2 and round 3, round 4, and it doesn't know when to stop. Most lupus patients are, our research estimates that it is at least 5 million Americans that have lupus. The actual number may be higher. However, there have been, on a large scale, studies to show actual numbers of people living in the United States of more than 16,000 new cases of lupus reportedly annually across the country. Lupus strikes most often in women of childbearing age from 15 to 44. However, we're finding 20 to 30% men are showing up with lupus. Children, teenagers develop lupus as well. We're finding more and more 90% African American women, 20 to 25% Caucasian women, 15% Asian women, and anywhere from 25 to 30% African American men and men in general. What are the common symptoms of lupus? Extreme fatigue, headaches, painful and swollen joints, fever, anemia, swelling of the feet, legs, hands, and around the eyes, pain in the chest or deep breathing, a butterfly-shaped rash across the cheeks and nose, sun or light sensitivity, photosensitivity, hair loss, abnormal blood clotting, fingers turning white, blue, or cold, like Raynaud's phenomenon, mouth and nose ulcers. Many of these symptoms occur in other illnesses. In fact, lupus is sometimes called the great imitator because its symptoms seem and imitate rheumatoid arthritis, blood disorders, fibromyalgia, diabetes, thyroid problems, Lyme disease, and a number of heart and lung muscles. The Lupus Foundation of America, the Lupus Research Alliance are constantly creating clinical trials for those that want to be tested and not sure if you have some of these symptoms. Also, you can go to lupus.org to find out several information and hear people talk, voice, share, get in the loop, and know lupus. At this time, I'm going to take a 2-minute video just to share how it impacts people with lupus. Lupus doesn't discriminate. It looks like you and I.
Open this up, MP4 file. Let's see. Let's see. All right. All right, so if you can you guys see the screen? Let's put in the chat if you can see the screen, or somebody say yes. Somebody can unmute. No, I'm trying to see if anybody can. If you guys can you guys see the video? If somebody can unmute themselves.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, let me know if you can hear it too. I'm playing it now. You guys can hear it?
Yes.
Perfect.
You're welcome.
Lupus is hard to describe. How would I describe lupus?
No audio.
People don't realize that he's
Hold on.
What happened?
They said that they couldn't hear it.
Um,
Hold on. So they gotta share it a certain type of way. Okay, there we go. Wait. There we go. Also share audio. All right. We can move back a little bit. And then
with
You
your
guys
own
good?
body. Do you feel like you have been hit by a Mack truck?
Yep.
This feels like someone smacked you in the face.
You know, they're like, you don't look like you have lupus.
People don't realize that it's painful, physically and mentally.
Lupus is like the bully at school that you always try to avoid, but it always finds you, beats you up, and takes something away. Your friends, your energy, or even your ability to do simple things.
It's unpredictable and hard for others to see.
It's like waking up every morning to your own personal game of the lupus lottery.
You now have chronic pain, extreme fatigue, and kidney failure.
It's hard to understand.
Lupus is hard to wrap your head around.
The simplest way I can describe it is
The never-ending flu.
Lupus is a chronic autoimmune condition where your immune system starts to attack self. In lupus, that attack can be on any organ system in the body, which makes it difficult to diagnose. It's a chronic disease. There's no cure. It tends to target women between the ages of 15 and 45, and women of color are 4 times more likely to develop lupus.
It's hard to live with.
Imagine driving a car, but your taillights are out, your tires are going flat, your parking brake is engaged, you're leaking fuel, but yet you still have to figure out how to merge onto this interstate at a high speed. You have to still do it. That's what living with lupus is like.
It's hard to treat.
Lupus feels like you are in a boxing match and you are blindfolded with your hands tied behind your back and you're supposed to fight. How can you fight?
It's difficult to diagnose because every patient can look a little differently. There is no cure for lupus, but there are medications out there that can help treat the disease.
Lupus is hard,
But you're not alone.
I get answers I need on lupus on lupus.org. Lupus.org.
lupus.org.
lupus.
In closing, we find often that in my family, there was 2 people out of 4 children diagnosed with lupus, right? So we didn't expect that, right? Go get tested. Don't be afraid to get tested. Don't be afraid to just find out, are you carrying it? If you're feeling symptoms and pain anywhere in the body, you heard it's a great imitator. It's a quiet, silent disease. It looks just like you and I, and you don't know. You don't know if you're going to have the symptoms of what they didn't share, cantankerous, which is an overdose of drugs, or lupus nephritis, which is the kidney failure, or SLE, which is systemic lupus erythematosus. It attacks the organs. Those folks that are impacted with that, like myself, I'm here at this meeting today and I might not be here tomorrow. So get in the loop, get tested. No more information, go to lupus.org, Lupus Foundation of America, or Lupus Research Alliance, and check on a loved one. You never know, right? You never know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elise. Thank you. Again, thank you, Elise, for that. Because the more we know, the more we get educated, we can be proactive and ensure our community understands and get in front of it. Thank you.
Yes, Elise, thank you again. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you and send you so many blessings from where I am. You know what I've been through. So yes, I appreciate you so very much. Thank you. We're blessed to have you. Next, we were supposed to. Okay, we have. Now we have Miss Joan Claude presenting.
Mental health awareness.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Joan Claude, former chair of the Library and Cultural Affairs Committee. Tonight, I'll be speaking on mental health awareness. Mental health, this is Mental Health Awareness Month, which aims to raise awareness and educate the public about mental illness and reduce the stigma that surrounds mental illnesses. Mental illness is a condition that affects a person's thinking, a person's feeling, behavior, or mood. These conditions deeply impact day-to-day living and may also affect the ability to relate to others. If you have or think you might have a mental illness, the first thing you must know is that you are not alone. Mental health conditions are far more common than we think, mainly because people don't like to or are scared to talk about them. However, 1 in 5 US adults experience mental illness each year. 1 in 20 US adults experience serious mental illness each year. 1 in 6 US youth aged 6 through 17 experience a mental health disorder each year. 50% of all lifetime mental illness begins by age 14 and 75% by age 24. A mental health condition isn't the result of one event. Research suggests multiple linking causes: genetics, environment, and lifestyle influence whether someone develops a mental health condition. A stressful job or home life make some people more susceptible as do traumatic life events. Biochemical processes and circuits and basic brain structure may play a role also. Mental illness is no one's fault. For many people, recovery, including meaning, roles in social life, school and work, is possible, especially when you start treatment early and play a strong role in your own recovery process. it's good that these days so many people talk about mental health awareness or illness. If they're not feeling well, instead of going to work, they said, okay, I'm taking a mental health day. And they just stay home, relax, do the things that they want to do if they're not, so that they're not in that environment that causes them to feel out of place. So that's a good thing that so many people are talking about it now and recognize the symptoms, and that people are listening and that people are watching, so that we can now take the stigma, knowing that people are not crazy, but people have gone to the point where they can talk about it, and other people will also listen to them and said, okay, I might be feeling the same way also, so let's do something about it. Let's talk about it. Let's go to the doctor. Let it be known at work that this is how we feel, and we just cannot continue to do the things that we do normally. Then others will say, okay, maybe that's how I'm feeling also. I am having a mental illness condition. So this is not something that we should hide from others, but it's something that we should discuss with others and talk about. And that's my talk on mental awareness. Thank you all for listening. Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Ms. Claude. And just to kind of piggyback on mental health, it is important because I felt like, growing up with my mother when my mother having bipolar, as a young child, you don't really understand what that even looked like. What is that about until I got to college, and they talked about the aspect of bipolar and mental health, and that's where it seems like it was opening my eyes to the aspect of, oh wow, people are stressed. And the thing is that we take a lot of stress and people are burning out. So I became, that was my journey. I became a MST therapist now, and seeing these families and people are going through mental health and not knowing how to navigate. One thing I do love that they have something called clubhouses. So if you do have a mental health condition and you're diagnosed, there's a community for you. It's called a clubhouse. There's one called Venture House on Fordham. There's another one called I'll get the other houses, but there's like 2 or 3 in the Bronx currently. So basically, you register. They bring you in. They make sure everybody's safe. They do a assessment, and then they vote you into the clubhouse. Everyone is a family because everyone is responsible to move the day along. So if somebody be in charge of cooking, somebody in charge of cleaning, somebody do activities. They have a lot of grants. It's all free, and I've seen my mother change in just a year just to find a community. So I'm a big advocate for them. That's really good information. Thank you, Daryl. Go ahead. I know you got to say something, Karen.
So is this, so when you talked about Clubhouse, is this a place where you have to live, or is it just a support group that people go to?
So it was just a support group. So sometimes, like for instance, my mother, she's a working woman. So she did the outpatient clinic where she finally said, I want to get the help. So sometimes when you step in front of mental health, it's not good, because I was always the one helping my mom, running to it 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. She's going through her condition. And then that last year was the first time I said, you got this. She went and she got the treatment. She understood now her symptoms, her triggers, and I've seen her drastically change that she didn't get again. So with the clubhouse itself, it's really just an open community for them. It's free, and she goes there Thursday and Fridays when she's off. It could be you can stay the whole day until they close, which is at 9, or you can just do half the day. So it's your control. But everyone finds their talent and they bring it to the group. So
I think the hardest part for any individual and people that are walking around in the community is first understanding that you even have a mental health. Like what do a lot of these symptoms what do these conditions look like?
Right.
Like
right.
you don't know, you just, like, we'll see somebody, we'll just go, oh,
They're crazy. Correct.
you know?
Correct.
You
Correct.
know, not lack of a better word, but
Yeah.
you know, you don't know what these things look like. Like now through education and people being educated, you're like, oh, they have these manic phases. They have,
Correct.
like, a lot of people don't know what mania
Mania
looks
is-
like.
right.
You know, you just know, oh, they're very depressed.
Right.
And then you see them up and down, up and down. I think bipolar is the old manic depression.
You're right.
You know,
Right.
stuff like that, but there's also a lot of these other conditions, and what's
Schizophrenia.
happening now, I find in our community.
Yeah.
And one of the hardest diagnoses to treat is a lot of people have schizophrenia.
Yeah.
And I'm always asking, what's in the water, the food, and the air?
That's making them.
That's
it's true.
making, you know, that all of a sudden, all these people are going around stabbing people in the subway, pushing people off. All of these people have schizophrenia.
Yeah.
You know, and why is it that all of a sudden
Perfect.
we have these strong mental health conditions going around?
So my theory, right, and again, I'm not gonna be long-winded with it. I know we got to keep pushing forward, but I think my theory is like the aspect of you're holding so much in, right? They're holding so much of their thoughts in because nobody really gets to express themselves. So if you're stressed out, you're not really saying, "Man, I'm financially stressed. Man, I'm this." So every time tax time came, my mother had a manic episode. So now she had abundance of money and she's spending on everybody because she kept thinking about, oh, I want to help my family, I want to help. So it's so many different triggers. Again, I think it's just making it normalized to talk about. So, yeah, and I think schizophrenia, the same thing. It's like they're just, it's just a lot.
Because a lot of it is chemical imbalance.
As well.
So what's the stress?
Stress is the biggest stress.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing it. A lot of times we look at people and we don't know what's wrong with them.
Yeah, or where to send them. Sometimes it's like the community helped them understand that they're not by themselves with it. And I think that's where I see the positive change. And they make sure that the people that's in there are safe. So they have to assess them. There's a lot of psychologists and therapists.
It's getting the resources out to the people.
That part. So, and having some in our community. We don't know how many people in our area
Right.
have those conditions now. So
Since COVID, because people are inside.
Yes, yes.
Right.
People are by themselves.
Right.
So you speak up. So we're able to.
Right.
They don't know what to ask.
Sorry for me, okay?
So we have actually kind of this Sheila. Oh, you want to still speak? Good.
You were just speaking. You have more to say.
Okay. All right, Miss Sheila Grierson, are you on?
Yep.
You're on.
Yes. Our own board member.
Yes. Yes. Our
Committee
board
member.
Yes.
Hey.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm sorry I'm not there today. Normally I would be. I'm just out of town, but I thought my personal experience was enough that you want to hear about hearing loss and speech awareness. So my personal experience is how it affected my life and how getting help changed it for the better. Around 2011, I attended the Essence Music Festival in New Orleans. Like many other people there, I was excited to enjoy the performance and the atmosphere. During one of the concerts, the volume and intensity of the music during Kanye West's performance was extremely loud. At the time, I never imagined that one experience would eventually set so much into motion in my life. After the concert, I began noticing a constant ringing in my ears. So at first I ignored it, and it took a couple of years before I even realized what was happening. Because it wasn't hearing loss, it was the buzzing, it was the humming, sounding like someone was humming day and night, just faintly enough for me to say, something's not quite right. So that ringing eventually became what many people know now as, I say tinnitus, some people say tinnitus. As time went on, the hearing loss became more noticeable. I had difficulty hearing conversations clearly, especially in crowded places, like Community Board 12. I often had to ask people to repeat themselves, and it became frustrating and sometimes embarrassing. The tinnitus also affected my daily life in ways I never expected. It made it quite difficult to sleep because at night there's no noise at all, so you hear the ringing and buzzing even louder. They try to give you therapy, radios at the soft music, the rain, whatever it is, but that just really made it worse. It also affected my concentration during conversations, meetings, and even simple everyday tasks. Eventually, I decided to take a hearing test after a couple of years because I really didn't think I had anything. The results showed that my hearing was declining more than I realized. That moment was difficult, but it was also important because it pushed me to take action. I was fitted for hearing aids, and honestly, that has changed my life. They help me reconnect with conversation, hear sounds that I've been missing, and improve my confidence socially and emotionally. And also everyone saying, turn down the TV. They also reduce some of the strain and stress I was feeling every day. Interestingly, there have been many times when people have noticed my hearing aids and quietly approached me afterwards. Some shared that they also struggle with hearing loss, but are afraid or embarrassed to wear hearing aids themselves. Others actually congratulated me for being brave enough to wear them openly. I don't really know why, because as a disability, people also wear glasses, and they never have a problem with glasses. Some people say, oh, I forgot my glasses today. Can I borrow yours? But no one's embarrassed about that. They really, that really stayed with me because hearing aids should never be viewed as something to hide or feel shamed about. Just like wearing glasses, people want to see better. Hearing aids help people live better, communicate better, and stay connected to the world around them. Today, hearing damage is becoming even more common because of the constant use of headphones and earbuds. Many people, especially younger generations, spend hours listening to music, videos, gaming, or podcasts at very high volumes without realizing the long-term effects. Unlike occasional exposure, repeated daily noise exposure can slowly damage hearing over time. One of the biggest problems is that hearing loss often happens gradually. People may not notice it until they begin struggling to hear conversations or develop tinnitus, just like I did. Unfortunately, once hearing damage occurs, it is permanent. That's why hearing protection and healthy listening habits are so important. Lowering volume levels, taking listening breaks, and limiting exposure to loud sounds can help protect hearing for the future. The two main hearing issues that we mostly know about is tinnitus or Meniere's. Tinnitus is symptomatic. That's mostly the buzzing or the loud noises, you can't sleep. Meniere's is different. That's actually a disease. And with Meniere's, it's a chronic disorder of the inner ear involving fluid imbalance. So you may get severe dizziness, vertigo attacks, fluctuating hearing loss, tinnitus, and a feeling of fullness or pressure in your ear. That also attacks your balance and spinning sensations. One thing I've learned through this experience is that hearing health is something we should never take for granted. Protecting our ears from excessive noise is extremely important, and getting tested early can make a major difference. Anyone here experiencing ringing in their ears, trouble hearing, or difficulty concentrating because of hearing issues, I encourage you not to ignore it. Seek help can truly improve your quality of life. Thank you so much for listening and allowing me to share my story with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, as always. We're very proud of you and very happy and pleased that you shared your story with us. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, our next presenter will be Mr. John Merchant from Building Legends, which I fell in love with that whole idea. Mr. Merchant, please.
Yes, can you hear me?
Very well, thank you.
Okay. First and foremost, I want to say it's an honor to be here and being able to speak. I want to apologize because I originally planned on being there in person, but unfortunately some things happened, some technical difficulties, but nevertheless, I'm grateful just to be able to speak to you about my program. My name is John Merchant. I'm the founder of BL Building Legends Inc., and we are officially a New York City vendor. I'm a former professional basketball player. I played basketball for nearly a decade, and I have a lot of international experience. But for years, I've worked with the youth and through camps, clinics, recreational projects, recreational play, community work, and outreach. And my current occupation, which is a recreational specialist at a juvenile detention center, was brought in to do the program in there. So I created Building Legends. Building Legends was created because I saw that the young people, they needed more than just the sports. You know what I mean? They needed more than just the game, basketball, or just sports. They needed structure, they needed mentorship, they needed confidence, they needed a positive role model and a safe environment where they can grow on and off the court. So what we do at my program in Building Legends is we use basketball as a tool to develop life skills, discipline, accountability, teamwork, leadership, communication, but most importantly, self-confidence, right? Our program is designed to support schools by creating an after-school program that youth not only just want to force to go to, but actually want to go to. Like it's not like they have to go to, like, oh, they want to go to. Because let's be real. The youth nowadays, they join cliques and they join groups because they feel like they have to be a part of something, right? They feel like they have to be in that family oriented, or they just want that love. And that's something that I've definitely noticed working in the juvenile detention center. They just want that love. So we created an environment where they feel like they're a part of something, right? So what do we offer? We offer after school basketball enrichments. We do offer skills and development camps and clinics. Summer camp. We do mentorship programs, conditioning and wellness education, leadership development, and community engagement opportunities, right? So some may ask what makes my program different from the next basketball program. So I believe and I know that what makes our program different is we value fostering those relationships and that student engagement. Like I said, these youth want to be a part of something. So we really foster those relationships with those youth, and we want to really show them that it's bigger than the game, and we care, and we really care about the youth. Sports can really be the bridge, and that reconnects those youth back to school. And I'm only using myself as an example. If it wasn't for the game of basketball, I don't know if I would have went to school. If it wasn't for the game of basketball, I don't know if I would have stayed in school or my attendance would have been high. So but I allowed sports to be in basketball to reconnect me to the school, to mentorship and to positive community involvement. We worked with hundreds and hundreds of youth. I'm talking about from the elementary level to the high school level, and successfully through camps and clinics and mentorship programs, we help student athletes pursue higher levels academically and athletically, right? But most importantly, we focus on the impact beyond basketball. I was blessed enough to hear and to sit in and listen to mental health, and mental health is very important, especially in sports, because it exists in sports as well. Adversity doesn't just exist in sports, it exists in real life, but mental health also exists in sports. And sometimes sports can be the outlet, and it can be the way that you can express yourself. But we also got to create the environment for that, right? And that's important. So our goal is to help schools create environments where students feel seen, right, motivated, supported, but nevertheless inspired, because an inspired athlete does more academically. And for me personally, that's what assisted me. Like, I was inspired, I was around a bunch of great role models, and it fueled me to want to do better academically. So within saying all that, we're flexible with programming, schooling, and budgeting, depending on each school's needs. And we would love an opportunity to partner with schools throughout the district and in the Bronx community. I think there is a need for positive role models all over the place. And we can't have enough positive role models everywhere. So I think more positive role models coming into the communities, new faces, more words, people still preaching the same things. And it takes a village. It really takes a village to really push these youth where they got to go. So thank you again for allowing me to take time and tell you about building legends. That's all we're doing. We're not just building athletes. We're just trying to build legends. And it doesn't mean you got to be a legend in the sport, right? Because I have youth that we've mentored that they don't just play basketball. Like, I still talk to them today, and they've done other things, but they use basketball as a tool to keep them focused and inspired and seen, like we spoke about earlier. But nevertheless, I would love to connect. And if anybody is looking for programming in their district or their schools, would love to connect and have a conversation. So thank you very much for allowing me to speak. I can put in the chat my email, my contact information, tell you a little bit about the brand and the programming. And again, I'm honored to be here right now amongst great people and listening to some great stories.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. I know it was kind of strange when I walked up on you and introduced myself and was like, please come and share with us. But I explained to you that I myself came from a basketball background from the Rucker from Harlem. So I understand what that does. And also in my background with education and youth, I understand the one thing that we always live by, which is if we don't have something for them to do, someone else will find something for them to do. And that might not be who you want. So that's very important that we have something for our youth, for something for them to do. Even, I mean, it doesn't even have to be, it's from all ages.
Right.
When I was working, I had basketball programs and swimming programs up until midnight, Saturdays and Sundays. So yeah, I'm so happy. I appreciate this.
Yeah, nevertheless. And I just wanted to just throw a little bit in there. If anybody's, we want to meet, I'm so willing to meet in person. We can sit down and we can talk about the brand, and if somebody, programming and so on and so forth. If you want to learn more, please, I'll put my contact information in there, and I could be there. We could have a face-to-face, a real conversation. So
Yes, I most definitely would like to invite you to a full board meeting next week so that you can get on our public gallery and have an opportunity to speak with everyone here and a lot of the elected officials. So that would be same time, same bat channel, next Thursday. I'll send you all the information.
I will be there for sure. Thank you so much.
More questions?
Question, have you connected with the Northeast Bronx YMCA?
I have not, no.
They have basketball, well, just for the kids that, they just play. So I was just curious whether you connected with them or not, because I feel that they can use more structure and not free basketball. So that's a connect that I'm thinking that it would probably benefit if you can connect with them.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm sorry. If you're up after this, I'll give you a call and give you that information so we can make that connection.
Let's do it for sure. I actually work with the YMCA in upstate New York in the Middletown area. So I do things with them as well. So that's a good connection.
That's perfect. Perfect. Yeah, that's how God works it out.
Amen. And I do agree. Again, my name is Alpha, and because I grew up playing for John F. Kennedy High School, and I think I wouldn't have known about college as well if I didn't even join the basketball team. And a lot of those basketball components works in real life, right? Setting goals, learning how to work with a team. And now that I work with a lot of the youth right now in the Bronx, I'm seeing that is that gap. They don't really have that competitive edge. They don't have the structure. They don't have the social emotional control, because when it comes to basketball, you can't just be no, go on the line, run 10-10, right? So I think those are the important things for these youths, because they're free with their emotion, they're free with their information, because there's so much. But again, we love this concept. Okay.
My name is Elise Murray, and I'm Vice President of the Tenant Association in Edenwald Houses. And this would be so apropos for you to contact Mrs. Dickerson, okay? She's going to connect you with the YMCA. And the reason why I'm saying that is we do not have that structure in Edenwald Houses, right? We need a basketball team, a basketball league. There's a private situation going on, and we're talking to the YMCA, Tolene. And so we would definitely welcome you. I will also communicate with the president and the management over at Edenwald Houses. We need someone like you in that development. So I just wanted to add that.
So my question
WizKids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's with Muggsy.
That's true. But
Yeah, Muggsy's at
that's right. That's separate. Yeah.
All right.
So you can,
Hey, John, that was me that's in the chat. The person that's named E, that's me, because my name's entirely too long, is Etonia Elizabeth Davis Lopez. You can just call me E. It's a pleasure to have you here. So as Elise was saying, everybody else was saying, basketball used to be a cornerstone, like a true block in our neighborhood. It was actually very competitive. We used to do 3-on-3s. I am a former basketball player myself. I'm nowhere as near as good as you, so don't even try to like press me on the court about that. I'm on the coaching end of things at this point in my journey, and I love it, because what I've seen with our young people and people that are more or less in the range of 30 to 50, they develop their own individualized teams. And the thing that we need still is that coaching dynamic and the organization, because when you're doing a tournament, it's not just also giving people an opportunity to play and show their skills. You're giving now a whole community event where vendors can come out, the community gets to enjoy something. It takes over time. It's like literally just even having a tournament in our area, like what WizKids used to do. WizKids is a basketball team located, they mainly run out of the Baychester Community Center, but they used to be a little more like just around the Bronx, especially if you ever been involved in gauchos. They used to be on that type of level where they were in every park. So we never had a concern about primarily where our young men were at, because we knew where they were at. They were on the turf. They were playing that day. They were going downtown. They were playing this day. They were going to do another tournament, even with Nike, the Nike Switch tournament. They used to do that stuff. I was also a player in that, and it gave me so much to do and ways to get up out of my community to see what the rest of the world had to offer. So it's like, we definitely want to partner with you. All right, switching hats real quick. When it comes to the NACP, I'm part of the Williamsbridge branch, and we would love to partner with you as well with our youth and college division, which Ms. T happens to also be a part of that as well. So as Elise just said, Ms. T is your go-to. She is the connect within the BX Connect of CV12. If you have any question, comment, concern about anything, and it could be something that's not even related necessarily to athletics or academics. She knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. So we need you back here at the community board, and please feel free to reach out to anyone and everyone that sends you their information as well.
Absolutely. Again, I want to thank you guys for all that vital information. I say this again because basketball helped save my life, and to be able to have something that the youth can look forward to is important right now, especially in the times that we're in. So let's do it. Let's make it happen.
I had one question on because you also say you do DBT for the mentorship. Are you working also with other people in a sense? Like you have other mental health professionals in a sense?
So I do have on my board, I do have a licensed therapist.
Okay.
And while I was working at the juvenile detention center, we had to learn DBT skills.
Yeah.
So dysregulating youth and learning how to counsel youth when they're dysregulated, that's something that we had to learn in my current occupation.
Yeah.
And on my board, I have a licensed therapist, like I say, and And I preach, like we talked about earlier, mental health, man, mental health awareness. It's very important, especially in the game too. So I'm very big on mental health and mental health awareness, and yeah, that's why I have somebody who is a licensed therapist on my team. So I'm trying to incorporate, like when we do camps and clinics, I incorporate some of those skills, like some breathing techniques and mindfulness on the court and stuff like that. It's little things that they don't even think that can help. That is very beneficial.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that's online right this moment that would like to have anything to say or have any questions for Mr. Merchant? No? Okay. Thank you, Alpha Social.
Yeah, no. Hey guys, I'm back. Social media here. So one of the things I would love to kind of propose is being able to kind of like wherever you are, especially if you're part of the board, is to kind of send pictures and things that you like events to Ursula. Maybe that could be a person that everyone could send their pictures to, so I can have updated pictures to post on social media, so it could kind of like be more of a universal together thing. So if you're there and you're in it, we'd love to have you there as well. I know I wrote something out, but I don't know where. I can't find it. But I'll bring it up again and probably at the board meeting as to how I was going to organize it, and even teach people, if they want to know how to take the pictures, how to get good quality photos. So again, I think this will be a good way for us to kind of just show different dynamics, committee 1, committee 2, 3, as well as if you are in the community participating in the event. I think all those stories should be shared, and it could show the dynamics of our board as well. That's it.
May I invite you to one of the events, or is that for new business later on?
What I wanted to do at this moment was, and for you to introduce Mr. Daniel Martinez.
Oh, I get the pleasure of doing that, yes.
Yes, so this is a gift that we were blessed with, and I'm going to let Etonia have the pleasure. She's so excited about introducing this young man.
Yes, because this is also a way of calling dibs. Okay, so everyone, this is Daniel Martinez. This wonderful young man is coming to us from Baruch College. We met in Albany of this year, yes? It was your first, not lobby day, but go ahead, tell the people.
Yeah. So I met Etanya in Albany, and it was a really fun event. I got to advocate on the behalf of Baruch. And yeah, it was a student delegation of about like 20 students or so. And that's where I met her and the Bronx DA. So yeah.
Right. And what event was it? Was it just anything going on in Albany? What was it?
It was Albany like caucus.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was the Black Puerto Rican
and Latino
Asian
caucus. Yeah, Asian caucus.
Now, that event, for anyone that may be unfamiliar, that is literally an opportunity for all the legislators that are within your state. Yes, primarily, as mentioned, the people of color, which, as we saw, was a very large amount. We were celebrating the first election of the first Black woman mayor of Albany while we were up there, as well as, even though it was primarily a lot of New York City people, there was also people out of Westchester that were out there that celebrated women and minorities within law. It was awesome. It was an awesome weekend. Sometimes people just chop it up, oh, it's just a party or something else is going on. No, there were workshops galore for any and every organization that you can think of that has an acronym that serves our city or our state in any type of capacity. They were up there. And I took no pictures except with you.
Yeah.
So it is ironic that now you are now going to be on the community board. The reason why I'm super psyched to introduce you is because the first thing I said, I was like, okay, so you're in college. That's great. You're already proactive enough. Nobody had to drag you here. No, you're not here against your will. Okay, cool. You want to actually be a part of this. And they were engaging. They were literally there as advocates, as delegates on behalf of their school and their neighborhood. So I'm like, yeah, you got to be a part of the community board. You have to be a part of the community board. And before I can even finish the sentence, Daniel said, well, I applied for the community board. I was like, then you have to come to the community board so you can actually see what you're getting into for that next year. So Daniel, on behalf of all of Bronx CB12, we are truly happy to see you're here because it also gives a beacon of light to everyone else that if all you have to do is be 16 and up. That's all you have to do. That's the main credential, is that age range of you being a part of the community, because your voice is just as valuable as anyone else that's been on the board for how many of years, or who has worked within the community for over 20 plus years, or has all the degrees in the world. That is wonderful because that reflects the variety and diversity of our community. But the main thing is hearing it directly from the people like yourself that just live here, that are actually going to school here, because then you are starting to see this with a fresh set of eyes, and you're willing to be humble enough to actually see all the wonderful work that everyone before you has actually laid under play and making your own stamp on it. So yeah, we're super psyched to have you here. We're super psyched to have him on the Safety and Parks and Environmental Committee for next year. We're super psyched to have him. You may borrow him for the subcommittee for social, right? Because Daniel is also very tech savvy and actually very good at graphic design. So I'm also excited, as everyone else, to see what you'll bring to that, because I know Alpha and Dominique are super psyched to have more members. Oh, you're that. Oh. Right. So yes, with that wonderful introduction. Oh yes, and another thing. Daniel is also one of our newest NAACP Williamsbridge branch members for our college and youth division. I tell you, this man is active. This young man is active. And again, happy to see what you're going to be doing, because as a just again, switching hats, as a service learning specialist, that is a person that literally looks to the community to hear from y'all what y'all want to do. Make sure you have the resources necessary to make the things happen for us by you. It's a blessing. It truly is a blessing. Now, one of those such events, which Daniel will be working at, is our May 31st candidate forum. So the NAACP is a nonpartisan organization. That doesn't mean not political. It means that we do not care which party you're a part of. You could be a Democrat, conservative, Republican, working family, socialist, rent too damn high party, no party whatsoever, or not even registered to vote. You just have to be a person and literally want to be on the right side of social justice, meaning that everyone has rights in this country and they should be defended as such. If you do not know about the 112-year history of the NAACP being on the leadership end of civic engagement and social justice and environmental concerns and housing and everything else that you can think of, please just stop by the Y. We are there every third Sunday of the month from 2 to 4 p.m. But back to May 31st, this gives you your opportunity to come to the Y from 12 to 1 to meet and greet your candidates. Since there are a lot of people running, we have narrowed it down to only people that are running for the 81st Assembly District, the 15th Congressional District, and for New York State Comptroller. So that's 8 people. That's 8 people that are going to be trying to represent you for your state and your federal, meaning in charge of your money, your congressional, being in charge of your legislation and fighting for you in DC, and your assembly district, which is the 81st. So we're right, CB12 is centered sort of central into the 83rd. But there's also a part of our district that's covered by the 81st Assembly District. For anyone that's unfamiliar with that, that would be Mr. Denowitz's area of the Bronx. So Mr. Carl E. Hasty is the assemblyman for the 83rd. He is also up for election, but because he does not have an opponent, he's not on the ballot. Right. Same thing with Senator Bailey, who covers our area, doesn't have an opponent, so he's not on the ballot for this primary. So that means you still need to come out and hear who are all these other people that are going to be on your ballot. And this is your opportunity to ask them directly what you want to know. What are they planning to do with your parks? What are they planning to do about housing? What are they planning to do about women's health? What are they planning to do about mental health? As we just talked about ad nauseum, which is a very large topic within our community because it often doesn't get discussed. And I just wanted to thank all the presenters that spoke before me for sharing your individualized stories, especially my sister Shirley, Sheila rather, who is also hard of hearing like myself. Because yes, I did not want to tell people my business that I need a hearing aid, but I will now, based off of what you just said, actually wear one because I need it and because I shouldn't be ashamed about it. So I really appreciate that. Dazzle it a little bit.
That's it. That's right. Right.
How's it out? All right. Now, following the candidate forum, let's say you can't make it out on that wonderful Sunday. No time between 12 to 1 or from 2 to 3:15, which is more or less when the panel discussion is going to be actually happening. Or for that last hour where you get to, again, mingle with the candidates and the local officials and other leaders in your community, like Elise, who is going to be there.
Oh, absolutely.
And going to be ready and able to hear what you want to see for Edenwald, what you want to see for Baychester, what you want to see for Wakefield, Woodlawn, and Williamsbridge, and any other parts of the city combined. We are all here for you in our own individualized capacities. But let's say you can't make it out on that Sunday. No problem. There will be a YouTube link. This is the first time we will be shooting this candidate forum live. And that's why Alpha, I would love for you and Dominique to come through and do some community spotlights, because this is a great opportunity to get a little bit of everybody from our community, as well as the community board members who still need to do their interviews. In case you didn't get that hint at the beginning, you still need to do your own community board spotlights, because people need to know who's on their community board. So this is a good way to get it up out the way, as well as get information that you need for June. Of course I do. Right? It is May 31st. Yep.
Where?
Right? At the Northeast Bronx YMCA.
What time?
Right? From 12 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 12 to 1:30-ish. There will be light refreshments. I don't know how light you consider Jamaican patties, roti, salad, mac and cheese, little finger food, something light, right? Yes, Ms. Ruth may make no, I'm serious. I'm enlisting everyone. So if you know how to cook and you feel like donating a tray or two, because we like to eat. As you can see, I don't miss any meals. We like to eat. Right? Go ahead and bring that food along with you. Just remember, it's the same thing as CB12. You cannot sell anything at the Y.
Right.
Right? And Anesta, we just want to know who you are, darling. I sent you a message. We just want you to verify who you are.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, thanks for asking who I am. I was invited to the meeting and it was a great meeting. Thank you so much for inviting me. I am always here to represent Marian, the organization for the New York City retirees, and I'm listening to all of your stories and definitely your presenters. I so appreciate all the,
And is it possible you can come on camera real quick?
Oh, all right.
Right.
How do I do that? All right, I'll try.
Right.
Allow. Oh,
all right, hey, perfect.
Hi.
Hi.
You
gonna make us miss that beautiful smile? Come on.
I like my hair, no makeup. Okay, so this is me, and I represent Marian Pizzatola. She's like the goddess of the organization for the New York City retirees, who have for 5 years been fighting New York City. All we really want is we want our mayor to talk to Marianne. It's really all we want. So we have legislation. We've been to Albany. We have great supporters, and I always ask. I'm the one that always asks for that letter of support from you guys, from the community board, definitely the health committee. So that's another reason why I was here today. And thank you so much, as I said, for inviting me. Is there anything else I need to say? No, that's Happy Memorial Day.
And happy Memorial Day,
And
everybody.
thank you for George Torres for inviting me and keep inviting me. And thank you, Ursula. You guys are awesome. You really are, all of you.
As are you.
Happy
And-
Memorial Day.
And happy Memorial Day. And please add your information into the chat so we can invite you back again, because we would love to hear what your organization is further about for our retirees.
Yeah, you know what? We have updates. I had some also, I do this work regularly as I can. I am a retiree. I was a teacher, and then I went to the union for the Council of Supervisors and Administrators, and then went right up the ladder as special ed supervisor, and then administrator, and then director of student services for 24 high performing districts in New York City.
Nice.
And that's me. That's like, that's my little legacy. And now this is my legacy. And so Staten Island 3, very nice. They just signed a letter. And we don't, right now, we're trying to really support Intro 1096. If you ever hear the intro that we're trying to get, so that all of the community board, 51 community board meetings can all listen to us and vote on this and protect. We were promised Medicare and a supplement senior care. And they, little by little, they try to put us on Medicare Advantage. They really try to just like ruin our lives because we don't have much. We're old. We don't have a lot of money. Some of our pensioners are just making like $30,000 a year, not even. And so we it's for all of us. And there's 200,000 of us. We work for 100 different unions for the city of New York. That's who we are. Just tell me that up. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just have one quick question so we can make sure to follow up with you correctly. The thing that you're referencing to is 1096 is in the New York City Council. The bill would amend the administrative code to preserve healthcare choice for retirees from city service.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
All right.
Oh, yes, we definitely need you back at the board.
We'll stay in touch. Absolutely. Thank you. You have a question?
It's not really a question, Miss Anesta. This is Talene Dickerson, formerly DOE. It sound like we're sisters joined at the hip.
We are.
Formerly UF retired chapter. I'm with the retired UFT chapter. I was executive board UFT, transferred, did the CSA, then I went back to UFT. So yeah, this is a blessing for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You wanted to speak?
Yes, he wants to do.
Oh, got it.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to make a brief acknowledgement of youth services. So if youth employment services with the New York Public Library, I believe like in the fall, you can work as a teen civics ambassador if you want to get involved in like advocacy and like speaking up and eventually lead to things like going to Albany and like advocating on behalf of your community. I think that applications open in I believe this summer they open and you can apply for the fall. It's Teen Reading Ambassador and Teen Civics Ambassador. Essentially the work is kind of about like doing voter registration drives, like starting to like learn how to advocate, how to speak with people, public service, stuff like that. If you're interested or you have like peers or I guess children who are interested, I would highly suggest the Teen Civics Ambassador program because that was something that I did when I was in high school, and it got me more acclimated to public speaking and talking and advocating for my community. The Teen Reading Ambassador program again was very helpful, so I just wanted to bring light to that as well.
Daniel, I love the way you said that. Like your old personality. When I back in the day, when I was in.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
And what's the age range?
I believe the age is from well, no, it's by grade, so you can go from 10th grade to like senior year.
The library.
The library. they place you at different branches. So if you live in like the Bronx, like for me, I was placed in Woodstock Library, which is Prospect. I also got placed at Westchester Square. I worked there, so it's a really good program.
I guess just send the flyer on the chat.
Let me
If you
see
did,
it.
I can send the website.
Okay, cool. Tony.
Okay, yeah, I just looked it up. I got the link for it.
Yeah, so.
I looked it up. I got the link. Mhm. Thank you. Yeah, right. What can I say? Where are we?
Wait, can I ask Miss Anissa a question? Miss Anissa, I have a question. I know you said you work with all of these different unions. Do you also offer support to some of the retirees? Because, I mean, this is just a personal issue. They send out these forms after you get, which I didn't know, after you turn a certain age, proof of life. Yes. Proof of life. And like say my aunt was in a nursing home and because I didn't receive the form, they deemed her dead. So they stopped her pension.
Yeah.
And now I have to prove that she's alive again.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Mary, I'm just gonna refer back to Marian Pizzatola. She's like an amazing leader. She seems to have answers to everything. I don't always have answers to everything, but certainly the benefits that that we worked 30 years for and contributed to. I mean, when it comes to pensions and health benefits,
Yes.
the organization is really, we fight for just about everything lately. But once again, I'll give you all the information that I have, and you can also invite Marian Pizzatola to speak. And I do know that there's like a lot going on with, all I can say is that they do every once in a while check if somebody's alive. The pension system does do that. TRS has, do you know that the city has 5 different pension systems? And teacher retirement system, which is like a really very robust one, a lot of one. They actually one of my best friend's husband, they checked if he was still alive. So don't be offended. It's actually, I don't know if you're talking about that or something different, but there's a lot of straight stuff. So anything I can help you with, I can try to reach out to TRS. But
Yeah, I had to go to Burrs in Brooklyn.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's less than Christmas.
Yeah, they stopped her benefits and they stopped her health insurance until I can.
Well, so they told us that we were all off Medicare. They took us, physically wanted to take us off Medicare, put us on some sort of Aetna or Alliance Medicare Advantage plan. We all freaked out, like, what the hell are you doing? And so the organization, what we've been doing is we fight. So we go to City Hall, we do these meetings, we make good trouble. And we really just need to speak to Mayor Mondani. Marianne just needs to sit with him, because we do have a lot of support all over the city and people that have supported us with letters of recommendations and resolutions. And we just have piles of them and we just like, all right, so what do we do with it? And we just really need to sit down and basically already, guys, I'm already taking up a lot of your time. So tell me, we have a part of the public law that was set up by Mayor Lindsay. I remember Mayor Lindsay, I'm that old. And Mayor, he said, oh, great, the union take care of the actives, but what about when they retire, right? So in the public law, in the charter of New York, it's actually it's 12/126 to be specific. It's 12/126, and it basically says, the retirees are no longer represented by unions. Like my say I love them. Bye. I call them once a year to get eyeglasses, you know, and it's like, yeah, that's all they do for retirees, and they have these like book clubs and stuff like that. I have nothing bad to say about my union, but hopefully, and I don't know about all the unions really. But mine was a really good one, I thought, but they don't represent me anymore. I'm a retiree. That's it.
Too bad.
That's why. But all of you public servants that are you know working now, you are me. You are a retiree in training. So we could, you know, I'm
Yep.
sure that your constituents and from your community board 12 Bronx, I'm sure you have public servants that work as firemen, policemen, garbage men, teacher, everything. You know, there's like and women, and there's nursing, and there's construction, and there's so many different unions, and they all wind up together at the end because when you retire, you're a retiree.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nesta. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, we'll be in touch.
My information is in the chat as well, if you need to get in contact with me.
Yeah, but I want to put that I'm on a cell phone and I'm not seeing where the chat is right now. I'm gonna noodle around and see if I can get anywhere with that. Otherwise, I will ask, I don't know, can I please just be so brazen to ask Ursula to help me with this? I mean, I just sent her a lot of things.
There's no secrecy here for me, so if you have a pen.
I'm ready.
Okay, old school.
Yay.
She says she can't see it though.
Oh,
I can't. I can't see the chat.
She can't see the chat.
Because I came in anonymous. No, it's okay. It's a safety issue. It's from
Okay.
heart.
We're good. 718.
I could be some cuckoo from Long Island, and you'd be like, "What?"
718.
Okay, start. Say again.
718.
Gotcha.
644.
Yes.
4493.
4493, and you are Dickinson.
Dickerson. D-I-C-K. Right. Dickerson. D-I-C-K-E-R-S-O-N.
Gotcha. 718-644-443.
4493. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Anybody else? I'd be happy to service that way too. Good. It's all good.
Anybody in the chat or in the oh, Anthony. Anthony, you have anything you want to say? Mr. Reed. Daniel Martinez, that's Daniel right there.
No, I'm just listening. Thank you.
No problem, bro. And our chair.
Our beloved chair.
Our beloved chair. We add some extra sauce. Mr. Mike, Clinton Mike. With the picture.
Everything.
If you can, do I have to make you something?
What do we need to do?
He's just gonna share it the same way I would have sharing your card.
Okay.
Okay, cool. For those who can see it.
Yeah, so right now it's
Okay.
grades 10, 11, and 12 are like eligible.
Mm.
I guess.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that's it's good to know. Okay, more information. I need to social media team. Let's go over here. Clay Mike, do you want to have anything to say? Our beloved chair.
It depends on how the Knicks are doing right now.
Actually, you're right. The Knicks is like, I think it's 31-30. It's close. So he's definitely in it. All right, so go ahead.
Go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks. It's about to be a whole party. Let's go.
If Ann is watching the game, please tell me what the score.
You know, we can host that over here. We're hosting the watch party.
Okay, so we have actually completed even our stakeholders corner. As you all know, the the community stakeholders are key to a thriving community. So I appreciate everyone presenting and speaking up and, you know, sharing your heart with us. Part of our new business is the Community Board Strategic Policy Statement. So I'm just mentioning this because we all received one in an email and need to read it and go over it so that we can discuss it. Okay. Anything else? Anyone else have any last words for the night? Other than stay blessed, stay safe. The time is now
8:51. Are you calling, Madam Chair, are you calling? I make a motion to adjourn. Yep, I make a motion that we adjourn.
I second it.
Are we going to take attendance real quick? Are we good? All right. Oh, thank you guys. Have a good night. We're going to end our meeting at 8:51.
third Thursday of every month. Please
Thursday.
join us.
Yes.
Next Thursday will be the full board meeting. Third Thursday is this committee meeting. Fourth Thursday is full community board meeting. Have a blessed night.
Night.
Thank you.
Good night, all.